So our economy is being converted from a wildcat, laissez-faire beauty, which really turns the human spirit loose, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and punishes mistakes and rewards daring and ingenuity and inventiveness, the rugged individualism. And it's not perfect, but let me tell you, it's better than anything else. It's better than bondage. Because all there really is in this world is freedom and bondage, and where are you on that spectrum? It isn't left, it isn't right. It isn't black, it isn't white. It isn't Mexican-American. It isn't Chinese-Russian. It isn't German-French. It isn't British-Irish. It's El Jefe, strongman, dictator groups, and all their different flavors. It'd be kind of like if Jim Jones got up there and said, I got 20 flavors of Kool-Aid here for you. We got grape, we got strawberry, we got raspberry. We've got it all. We've got apple, we've got orange, we've got cherry, we've got pineapple, we've got blackberry, we've got whatever you want, but it's all the same thing. Some sugar, some dye, some flavoring, and he spiked it with a deadly poison, cyanide. And so I sit here watching the idiot public gulp down different flavors of the same crud that came from the same factory run by the same people. The feds fund the white supremacists. They fund the Mexican supremacists. They fund and push the black supremacists in every case. So we're all fighting with each other. They fund the Democrats. They fund the Republicans. So we're all fighting with each other. They fund the major environmental groups to make sure there's never a real environmental movement that actually challenges some of the serious problems. And so it's sharecropping. Here it is. Sharecropping is a system of agriculture in which a landowner allows a tenant to use the land in return for a share of the crop produced from the land. This should not be confused with crop fixed rent contract, in which the landowner allows a tenant to use the land in return for a fixed amount of crop per unit of land. Sharecropping has a long history, and there was a wide range of different situations and types of agreements that have encompassed the system. Some are governed by tradition, others by law. Legal contract systems, such as the Italian system and French system and Spanish system, occur widely. Islamic law contains a tradition that sharecropping agreement for the cultivation of orchards. But when you look at the fraudulent model of sharecropping, that's what this is. It's feudalism. It's a form of slavery where you don't even have to feed your slaves. All right, we're going to come back and just get into all of it. $1 trillion is not enough, as I told you. They want more now. That's how this works. Stay with us. I listen to Bloomberg Radio, I tune into CNBC, and unless it's Dylan Ratigan, you get absolute deception. Oh, the bank screwed up. Oh, they don't know what they're doing. Oh, they're sorry. It's all premeditated. And I was listening to the Black Swan author, sold like 5 million books or something dealing with economic collapse. And they're like, oh, how did he predict it a year before the collapse? How did he know? I mean, I had economists on 10 years before the beginning of the collapse last year, laying out exactly how it would happen, the end of Glass-Steagall, what derivatives were going to do, that it was J.P. Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs running it. But anybody that gets up on television and says, we don't know why this is happening, these corporations are dumb, these banks are idiots, oh, then they'll put that on TV all day. But you start actually breaking down what's really happening, no, sir. So excitement over €1 trillion plan fades, Europe slips. And now they need $1 trillion more. How about $1 trillion of taxpayer money every day? And I'm sorry, folks, they order SWAT teams to come take your house to give it to Goldman Sachs. Or if you get mad about your pension fund when they get ready to take it, the government's just going to kill you. I have a Wired magazine article about 20+% of the troops being completely mentally ill from 3, 4, 5 tours, and how most of them are becoming police officers and how dangerous that is. Oh, yeah, these are people that are on the crazy train. I mean, they are cuckoo. They're gone. And that's who the government's looking for. I mean, a lot of people had mental problems after one tour. I mean, how many World War II vets? Great people. But would you hear about somebody getting in their face and they just kill them? You know, even when they were 60 years old, 70 years old. How many Korean War vets from one tour? Can you imagine 3, 4, 5, 6 tours? And if they don't become a cop, they just take their Second Amendment away and you know, say they have PTSD. But if you become a cop, I actually have an article on this today. We've already pointed this out. It's over. Okay, we're in an emergency nosedive on fire. It's all been scientifically figured out by the globalists. And here I am yesterday on RT television worldwide saying, I predict they're going to want trillions more, probably tomorrow. Well, here it is in Reuters today. 1 trillion wasn't enough. They need more. And by the way, I've read the German plan. It's being led by Germany. It's an open-ended deal, just like the banking takeover here. 28 plus trillion. And that number's like 4 or 5 months old now. I don't know what it is. Here, let's just play part of this RT video clip. It's up on Infowars.com.
Well, the euro is in trouble. And when someone or something is in trouble, someone's going to come to the rescue, right? Be Superman here? Well, that someone might just be American taxpayers. At least that's what radio host Alex Jones says. Apparently, it's all part of the IMF's new bailout package. But where is all this money actually going? Is it going to the European banks or perhaps the people who need it most? Alex Jones is in Texas right now, and he joins me to break all of this down for us. Hi there, Alex. So according to the AP, the Federal Reserve opened a program late Sunday to ship U.S. dollars to Europe in an effort to avoid a broader financial crisis on the continent. What is this program, and where is the money essentially going?
Well, it's $1 trillion. Remember, it was going to be $150 billion last week. Then it was $600 billion. Now it's $1 trillion or more today. It may be $2 trillion or $3 trillion. I mean, you know, why not? Just like we had the financial terrorism of 2008, where Henry Paulson and other people from Goldman Sachs who were controlling the federal government went in and threatened Congress with total financial collapse and, quote, martial law if they didn't give them a blank check. The same thing has now been done in Europe, and they're not really saying where the money is going to go other than these nations are going to have to pay off the private banks like Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan Chase, and others. And again, these banks with derivatives made up tens of trillions of basically toxic assets that weren't real. They sold them at full price. Now the governments own these and are in big financial trouble, so they're telling people in Italy, the population of Greece, they're now telling folks in Germany, they're telling people in Portugal and Spain, we're going to have to take all or part of your pension funds to pay for this bailout. But it's not really a bailout. It is a mass robbery. And the people of the United States are going to have to pay for large amounts of this IMF and World Bank money. And so this
we'll be
is
right
just
back,
the
folks.
crime of
Stay with us. I told you yesterday it'd be more today, and it is.
They never